Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I'm going to be showing some double nuke Garchomp battles, and these battles are so spicy. Um, Nobody is expecting outrage in the meta, and we're going to be picking up some really nice wins in this video. I actually do end up going 5-0, and these battles are going to be all in order. I do have 2 sets worth of battles. I end up going 8-2. So picking up a lead here against an Excadrill. This is a really nice lead. These mud shots are going to be doing super effective, and I think Outrage is going to come pretty close to KOing even with the mud shot damage. I end up baiting the Outrage, and my opponent shields, which is nice. What I fail to realize here, this is my first time running double nuke Garchomp, and so something I learned is if you throw Outrage first, you actually get 2 Earthquake and Outrage at the same time. I think they're only like 5 energy apart, so I end up going for the Outrage here because if it goes through, which it does and it KOs, I'll be able to get to an Outrage 1 turn faster. He comes in a Yveltal, so I throw 4 here. Nope, I throw 5. Okay. My opponent ends up getting that Snarl through, which I think is supposed to happen. He lets the Outrage go, which is nice, and my opponent's building up a lot of energy. And Garchomp actually lives these Snarls, and I'm going to get another Outrage off. My opponent has to shield this. And he lets it go thinking it's a Sand Tomb, and this game's over. So my opponent there definitely was not ready for the nukes, and we're going to be taking a nice Game 1 victory here. Next matchup is going to be against a Palkia. This is pretty bad. Mudshot is going to be doing neutral damage and not going to be doing much damage at all, and I definitely don't want these Dragon Tails to go through, so I'm going to safe swap into Melmetal here, and my opponent comes in with Metagross, and this is absolutely fine. These superpowers will be doing neutral damage, and they will be adding up, so I'm just going to go straight for the superpower. My opponent overfarms like crazy, and this is going to allow me to get to that 3rd superpower. It's actually not going to KO, and my opponent is going to get to a Meteor Mash or an Earthquake, and it's an Earthquake, and so I'm going to be able to farm down here, actually take back switch advantage, and I'm going to switch into my Lugia here. I guess my thought process here is I'm going to try and get to the shields, but my opponent's going to stay in and go for the Draco, so I will respect it, go down 2 shields to 0, and he has a Mamoswine in the back. So this is going to be primal opportunity to start getting some shields with Sky attacks. There's no need to go for Aeroblast, even if they let it go, it's going to be doing some nice damage. So I'm actually going to go for the 2nd Sky attack here right away. No point in building extra when Avalanche is going to come close to KOing here. I think at this range it's probably going to take me out. And let's see. Yep, Avalanche is going to take me out. But getting that 2nd shield with the Sky attack is going to be really nice because I can come in here with, yeah, probably with the Melmetal. And Superpower should take out this Mamoswine. And from this point on, the win condition's pretty self-explanatory. Just build up the Outrage. Garchomp is energy dry, and Aqua Tail's not going to KO. And this Outrage is going to be taking the Palkia out. So another game where these double nukes are so impressive. And to the person who suggested music, I have some music now. So I'm doing it the old-fashioned way where I'm basically playing Spotify music through my microphone to get it on in the background. So hopefully it goes through and is able to be heard. Hopefully it's a decent volume as well. But for now on, I'll try and do this when I'm able to. But anyways, we have a Mewtwo with Shadow Ball, so this is going to be a pretty neutral matchup. The Sky attack's going to get shielded, and I think at this point I'm probably... I mean, I could shield, I could let it go, but I actually end up shielding a Psy Strike, which is not ideal, but that's okay. I can Dragon Tail down. I comfortably win the 1 shield, and at this point, I'm going to force this Dialga to throw, which is really nice. I would have been able to get to the Aeroblast if he tried to farm me down, and at this point, Dialga is going to be energy dry, and he's going to come in Kyogre, and it was nice to get my Garchomp out of that matchup. And so now I am onto the Kyogre. I have the alignment that I want, and let's see. I'm gonna go for the Outrage first, and I should have learned from earlier that after this Outrage I'd be able to get to an Earthquake at the same time, because I'm just going for the Outrage, and it's probably not gonna KO. It could, but no, he's gonna let it go. And I guess on the good side, it will give my Melmetal a little bit more farm. Let's see, I could probably live a Surf, but I'm gonna shield it up because the Dialga doesn't have anything that will be able to threaten me. And at this point, I can Superpower and Rock Slide, and then be able to overfarm just a little bit and get the next Superpower off on Kyogre if it doesn't die to these Thunder Shocks. So another very good game. First 3 games, 3 wins. This team just absolutely worked wonders for me. It would be weak to Ice Leads, but like you don't see Ice Leads at all. And even with Ice Leads, like you can just swap to Lugia. So again, another bad lead on Dragonite, and I'm just gonna come in with Melmetal here. I am gonna bait the Excadrill with Rock Slide, so these Superpowers will be doing a little bit more damage. I'm going to shield up the Drill Run and probably build up 2 Superpowers and throw them off back to back. So let's see. I already baited, but he's going to shield up. So he's going to go down 2 shields, and I'm going to get another Superpower off. So let's see. At this point, I think I can just let my Melmetal go and farm down with Garchomp. This is a really nice play here. Because I already saw the Dragonite, and I think an Outrage would be KOing it, so I'm going to try to farm down, but Excadrill is just so spammy. It's going to get to another move, and I'm going to have to respect the Drill Run, so I will drop my second shield, take a ton of energy, and my opponent has Snorlax in the back. So I'm going to farm up to 99 energy, get this Earthquake off, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to build up to the Outrage, and we're going to take that thing to the bank, switch into Lugia, and it happens to be on the timing that he throws his Body Slam, and I get a Dragon Tail through, so basically every good thing that could happen happened, and this should be securing the win. Dragonite through pretty quick. This should only be a Dragon Claw, and at this point I can get its Sky Attack off. It should be getting the Dragonite pretty low, maybe into the red, and I can just Dragon Tail down. Now my opponent might get to, yeah, he's going to get to another Dragon Claw, which is not the best, but Snorlax is going to have to throw to take me out anyway, and the Sky Attack is going to be getting it into the red, and then at this point, my Switch Clock should be up, and I can just throw this Outrage in a combo play, and this is going to be taking the win. So, let's see, I think we were 4-0 now, so this last match is going to be for the 5-0. Oh, okay, I think I forgot to edit, so that's my fault, but luckily my Q times aren't too high. I've kind of been tanking a little bit this season. Like, Master League is not my forte. I don't have a lot of mons built, so like I don't have Zacian, I don't have Giratina, Altered, or Origin. I don't have Kyogre. I don't have Groudon. Like there's a bunch of ones I don't have. So I have to work with what I've got. So that's why a lot of these videos I'm kind of running pretty similar team comps. Is because the mons I have built are like all the Master, Premier, Classic mons, and then I have Dialga, Lugia, Melmetal, and I think that's it. And Mewtwo. So, gonna take out that Togekiss, farm it all the way down, and I'm just gonna throw all the Rock Slides on this Giratina, and we're not in a bad spot. We are down a shield, but I do have 2 mons in the back with pretty high health, and you know, Melmetal's still chunking. So an Ominous isn't gonna KO, and I'm just gonna pull a switch anyways, and my opponent has a Zacian, so I'm gonna throw this Earthquake here. I don't know if he knows that I have nukes, but he does have 2 shields, so he's going to drop 1. A Sand Tomb would have been pretty bad for him, but, I mean, knowing that Garchomp has Mudshot, you know, it's safe to assume that it's got double nukes, or at least like Earth Power. So I'm going to dump off another Earthquake. He is going to shield, and at this point, I'm just going to try and farm up, and he does. My opponent overfarms, and it's going to allow me to get to this Earthquake. So definitely a big misplay on my opponent's end, and he is going to throw the Close Combat or the Play Rough, and it's too late though. I've already switched into Lugia, and at this point, I can just farm everything down with this big tanky bird, and that is going to secure the 5-0. Very nicely done. I was super happy with this. I was kind of just playing, and then after my 4th match, I was like, alright, let's see where I'm at, and I was like, oh, I'm 4-0, and then I was able to secure the 5-0. So this is going to be my 2nd set. I end up going 3-2, and these battles are in order. So Kyogre lets the Earthquake go, and that kind of nukes. I'm going to catch the Surf. I was kind of just praying that he'd be throwing. This is on like 7 or 8 turns. So yeah, it was on 8 turns. So like there was no way for me to know that he was going to throw the Surf there. But it was a nice catch. And at this point, Dialga is going to come in. And I do not know that it's 6 Dragon Tails for the Dialga to get to its move, Iron Head. So I forced him to throw, so he had energy dry, but I had so much energy that I didn't get off. I probably could have thrown after 5 and just gotten Sky Attack damage off, but that would have invited my opponent to overfarm a little bit, so this is a pretty good spot that I'm in. Melmetal is going to throw the Superpower. I'm just going to throw double Superpower, and if he ends up double shielding, I can come into Garchomp. He actually lets it go, and he hits Togekiss in the back. This isn't great, but I think at this point Melmetal can come in, and I have 2 shields, so I'm just going to farm up all the energy and just throw 3 Rock Slides. I think that's all I need. So I'm going to farm up to 100 energy, throw Rock Slides, and take the game. This Charm damage isn't doing a lot, so first Rock Slide coming through. My opponent shields, just maybe to try and get some Charm damage. I'm going to throw 1 Thunder Shock, throw another Rock Slide, and this will be taking out the Togekiss, and then at this point I can just come in. I guess he does have his last Mon, so he's going to come in Dialga, he's going to throw. I think it was Kyogre in the back with, yeah, a little bit of health, so he tried catching, but I didn't even have enough energy for a move, and he just gives me enough farm to get to the Superpower. So this is going to be taking out the Dialga, and so 6 wins in a row. Now we have a Zacian lead. I think we've already had one of these in the video, but it's not a lead that I love to see. My opponent throws after 5, so this almost has to be a Play Rough. And at this point, I think what I should have done is just safe swapped into Lugia, knowing this is Close Combat and Play Rough. Lugia would be having a decent matchup, but my opponent actually lets the Earthquake go, and I think I should have tried to catch at some point or another. I even could have tried to catch on Melmetal and just catch the Play Rough, but it's a CMP tie to the Outrage. Zacian wins CMP, and I'm just going to undercharge this Outrage and farm down, and now I'm down 2 shields to 0, so this game is not looking great, and my opponent has Dragon Tail Garchomp and Shadow Ball Mewtwo in the back. So this is not great at all. Or at least I assume he has Shadow Ball, because if he had like Focus Blast or something, he wouldn't want to switch into Lugia, but I mean, it could be like Ice Beam too. It is a Shadow Ball, so he's got the double Legacy Mewtwo, and he wins the CMP tie to the to the Sky Attack. So everything that could go wrong in this battle is going wrong. I do have 2 healthy Pokemon in the back, but they're not going to be able to do much of anything. I'm going to go for a big farm down with Melmetal, just hoping to get some energy. But at this point, he is going to switch into Garchomp, and I'm going to throw a Superpower here. He's going to let it go, which is nice. 3 Superpowers would KO, but he's going to get to the Sand Tomb here. I do have 2 Superpowers loaded, so I'm just going to dump 1 off. Probably pull a switch into Garchomp, so I'm gonna load up to this Outrage and throw it. Obviously this is gonna get a shield, and I think this game's over because these Dragon Tails are gonna take me out, and my opponent still has a shield in the back for the superpower, so it's gonna be GG. So my first loss of the video comes pretty late. Now we have Zarude. This thing's not great against, or well, I mean, like, it's a pretty neutral matchup. I think it depends on, yeah, he throws at CMP, so I don't get a move through. I think if I get a fast move through against Zarude, I'm able to outpace it, but Zarude, it takes 7 Vine Whips to get to the first move, and then only 6 to get to the second move, so let's see what I do here. I'm going to let the Dark Pulse go, and I'm just going to farm down with Lugia. Probably going to have to shield up. My opponent does throw a bad timing, giving me a free Dragon Tail through, which is pretty nice, but let's see. Yeah, I think he would actually be able to get to another Dark Pulse if I didn't get that move through, but he comes in with Excadrill. I'm going to go straight for the Blast here, and it lands, and I get the boost. Oh man, this is pretty nice, but it all depends on what my opponent has in the back. So let's see. He is going to get to a Rock Slide here, which isn't great. And again, I'm going to go down 2 shields to 0. So let's see what my opponent has in the back. It is a Metagross. This is not great, but let's try and manage. I'm going to try and shield bait with the Sky Attack, and it does get shielded up. So this is pretty nice. And my opponent wins CMP on the Aeroblast. So nice counting. I think it would have probably been GG if I would have landed it, but now, you know, Metagross can just shield up and get to the Earthquake, so it's going to be GG. Alright, Garchomp against Zarude again. I'm going to play this matchup a little bit differently now. Learning from my mistake from last game, I'm going to go for the fast move, and I do get the Mud Shot through, and this is going to allow me to get to another move if I can fast move tonight, and my opponent comes into Togekiss. I was a little bit shocked. So I was pretty slow to the switch, but what I'm going to do here is just throw this Rock Slide and then farm all the way down. I'm going to give up a shield, but it is at the exchange of coming out of this matchup with 100 energy. So I'm going to shield up the Flamethrower, and at this point I can just farm all the way down. Thunder Shock doesn't do a lot of damage, but, you know, after a while it will end up taking it down. So he comes in with his own Melmetal. I'm just going to dump off all these superpowers. Since I'm at 100 energy, I'll be able to get to 3 before he gets to 1. And this is almost going to guarantee at least 1 shield. So yeah, my opponent shields here. I'm just going to throw another superpower. And he's going to let it go. So I'm going to let this... I think he's able to Rock Slide me now because, like, my defense is down 3 stages. At this point, I'm just gonna... Okay, this is a move. I'm gonna farm down with Garchomp, and I'm gonna be able to Outrage this Zarude. Let's see, my opponent lets it go, and at this point, I'm gonna get to... Oh my gosh, I'm able to get to another one. Garchomp is such a beast, and my opponent doesn't know. He thinks that it's a Sand Tomb, and at this point Lugia is going to be able to farm down. I think the game was over. My opponent would have to get to 2 Dark Pulses, and I don't even know if that would KO. But anyways, that's going to be a very nice game. Getting into this last matchup here, another bad lead into Dialga, so kind of moral of the video here. Bad leads with Dialga, but I'm able to flip switch with Lugia. Lugia is such a solid safe switch. So I don't even know if I want to make the title of this video bragging on how good of a safe switch Lugia is, or talking about how good Double Nuke Garchomp is, and I get the boost. And my opponent has a Landorus. You already know. I'm just going to shield up everything and get these Sky Attacks off. I was actually ahead of shield, so I'm going to build up to the Aeroblast, throw the Sky Attack, and this is going to take out the Landorus, and let's see, Dialga, I'm just going to throw a Sky Attack. A boosted Sky Attack is probably going to almost KO, even from 50% health. So, oh my gosh. And my opponent's going to have to throw. So, Lugia with the boost takes out 2 Pokemon? And at this point, I'm just going to Thunder Chalk down. He has a Sylveon in the back. This is GG. So, awesome battles. If you did stick with me until the end, you got a little surprise of Lugia just absolutely beasting. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Also, thank you guys so much for the recent support. I think one of my last videos hit like 2.4 thousand views, which is absolutely absurd. I never thought I would get this far in my YouTube career. And I definitely couldn't do it without you guys. So, thank you guys so much for watching. New videos should be coming out probably within the next week at the least. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.